So this story's took place. I was like 14 years old. I think I had just turned 14 at this time. Um, Basically, my aunt, she was like an immigrant, so she did like a bunch of different jobs. Like it was hard for her to get a job on paper, so she was basically just doing like odd jobs, and she was really doing good at like babysitting. So she had a babysitting gig in like New Jersey, and for whatever reason, like her and my mom sent for me to go over there. So I get there, we're like staying at the lady's house. It's like an old Italian lady. Like the whole neighborhood was literally all Italians. Basically, we'd just watch over the lady, like she would be minding her own business, We'd like help keep the house clean, stuff like that, like laundry and stuff. Just make sure she was all right, kind of like The Sopranos. How the lady would like kind of like a housekeeper kind of thing, But I just remember we used to have to walk far to get the groceries. Man, my fingers were hurting, but that was normal stuff, So we're in this house, and I didn't know if the lady was like racist, but I think she's basically racist, but not like kind of like too mean about it, but you could like kind of tell, she was like put offers towards us and stuff. But anyways, like there was a girl that lived upstairs, so I had went up there one time. My aunt sent me up there. We were watching like Boys in the Hood. She was cute, like Italian girl. She liked to play soccer. And anyways, but I was just too nervous to make a move on her. But looking back, I should have. Like everybody, all the other Italian kids thought she was hot, But anyways, like I remember one day there was like a tornado. And like my aunt, she's like really religious, so she was like praying, and I was like praying with her, and the tornado ended up it like hit two houses around us, but like jumped over the house we're in. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyways, like she would always get this good pizza, and she did leave it for us. She's Italian, so Italians share food. They're not really stingy with food ever. Then I don't care if they like you or not, But towards the end, like as we were leaving, like I would always be nice to her, try to talk to her. So she was just like broke down one day and like was in tears, and she was like, I've been so mean to you. It's just because when I grew up, I never knew any black people, and she never experienced black people. So she just had like a stereotype about black people, and that was it. It wasn't from her part, it wasn't really intentional to be racist, but she was just like product of her environment, how she was raised, But she apologized to me and said, you're a really good person. And then, like, after that, when we're leaving, basically, like, her daughter, which is the one who hired my aunt, was like, you guys should come over and, because she said her son's going to be in town. So you guys should come over. We're going to cook food, have a barbecue. We could meet her son. So I was like, okay, it's probably better than being in this house. It was kind of boring because it's just like, we're just in the old town, just all old people, except for the girl upstairs. That's like the only young person I seen. And we were there for like a month or two. But anyways, so we get over to the house. Like her daughters are like beautiful, and we're sitting there. I was helping them like prepare food and stuff like deviled eggs and stuff. But they were doing most of the cooking and grilling. She made like some amazing burgers. Like all the food was so good. But we're there and we're talking. And she's telling me like her younger son, you know. So me and her younger son were talking and hanging out and stuff. And then I just remember the daughters. One of them really liked Terrell Owens. She's like, he has really nice teeth. You know, I like him. And I was thinking in my head, like, you like him because he's tall, dark, and handsome and rich, you know. But anyways, like the older son comes. You know, I'm thinking, you know, like not much of it. When I seen this dude's huge. Like he goes to shake my hand, like almost breaks my hand. I'm like, oh man, deep voice. Just like, hey, I'm Anthony. I'm like, oh man, you know. And I guess sure enough, he played for the Dallas Cowboys, you know. So I got to meet him and we're sitting there talking. We took pictures together, you know, and I thought that was really cool, you know. But anyways, so he leaves because you know he's busy. He's like an NFL player, so he was just in town for a little bit. Anyways, after that, I guess like he ends up leaving a little later or whatever. So now I'm hanging out with the younger son, Michael, you know.